What are you doing up so early? So what I'm doing is I am testing my video quality, trying to see if there's any lags. So yeah, I'm seeing if the lag seems pretty okay. Okay, now I see that there's a lot of people in here. So now I'm just seeing how. Now I see that there's a lot. Sorry, I was listening to myself to see how it sounds, but Sorry, I was listening to myself to see how it sounds, but I thought I turned that off. There we go. So yeah, doesn't seem like it's that bad of a lag right now. I did some changes. Morning, Jonathan, Nicole, Christina, Tribes. But yeah, I think this is gonna work pretty okay. I'm just gonna sit here and let this run, see if anyone ends up getting kicked out, things like that. So, anybody experiencing any issues on their end? Nope. Nice. This is where you're going to be more often. I'd like to. I definitely would like to. By the way, is anyone's screen starting out blurry, or is it nice and crisp? And let me actually bring the flights down. See if this looks nice and crisp to you. Nice and crispy, y'all. Nice. Okay, so it's just something that's on my phone, but I know that some people are probably going to be having settings that is like this. Do y'all hear the lava, kind of glitching or anything like that, or does it seem like that's all good? Yeah, the other day it was glitching. Okay, so now I'm doing a test on here, trying to bring my mic into adjustment, just where it doesn't sound weird. Okay, so this definitely sounds better where I have my mic level at. I don't want to leave TikTok. I really don't. It's a good platform for finding new people. Unfortunately, though, they've become where it's being overran and really saturated with people selling stuff. And TikTok right now is big time with promoting that type of stuff. So anybody, I don't care if you're selling shoelaces, that's the platform to be. If you howdy ape and tribes, but yeah, that's the platform to be at. I know that there was like copyright issues that was taking place. It was really bringing that stuff down, and then it only lasted for a few days, and then it was right back up to being chaotic. Doesn't mean that I will be leaving them, but it means that they're really, they are really bothering me. So I'm waiting to hear a point of where my microphone glitches and see if it cuts out for y'all. Or not the microphone, but the lava glitching. Heard it in my headset just a second ago. But so far I don't see anybody being kicked out. Seems like it's holding people in here pretty good. So, but I would definitely say I'm not leaving TikTok right now. I thought that I heard the microphone pop, but I don't hear it. Or not the microphone, but the headset. From like the lava. See if I can end up catching it if it does it again. Yeah, it does really sound good though. Starting to wonder if it's something to do with my headset and not exactly the audio. So yeah, this volcano erupted a couple of days ago. It is like 2.5 miles away from the city, so it might be affecting the city. I don't know. I haven't been able to look into it as much as I would like. But yeah, I definitely spoke too soon. Did it start popping over there? Yep, now I see the buffering. Yeah, on my phone, it's definitely buffering now. Okay, so I need to find out what's going on there, because it's doing it a lot. So yeah, I was hoping to get in bed, but it didn't work that way. Let me just try to get off of being hardwired. See if Wi-Fi works better. See if it ends up buffering through this. If not, then I'm going to end up disconnecting the hardwire. But yeah, this is just plug and play time. So yeah, while we're just sitting here waiting, I'm surprised that people came in. I do appreciate y'all. I know I got a really good following. Yeah, I had my microphone set to being way, way, way too sensitive earlier. So sending gifts on here, I have to wait till I get monetized. I just looked, I'm still 1,000 hours away. So that means if you know, there's only 5 people in here right now, but that would mean 1,000 that I would have to run a stream for 200 hours. Yep. So over here, once I get monetized, then people can start sending gifts. Get your headphones in. Let's go. Yeah, right now I don't see any buffering happening, but we'll see if that, all it is a waiting game to see if buffering starts or not. And I see it drop down to 3 people. So I wonder if some people turned off their stream, which is totally fine. Now it's back to 6. Howdy, off-roads. Just sitting here checking some stuff, listening to my stream, seeing if the sound's good. It does end up doing good, but sometimes it gets to where it buffers. So I'm trying to get that where that's fixed. Yeah, I think it stopped. We'll see if it comes back. What I was noticing was my internet during that time was messing around. So we'll see if that type of stuff happens. I did change some settings. I keep forgetting. This is one thing that I can do. So I can do that. And then that way when I'm talking I can sit here and show this, and then y'all can watch that over there. I'm sure it has spots in Iceland. It'll melt, but I don't see it going that far. Yeah, I can't see it doing that much damage. Because for instance, all it is it's right here. In order for it to go all the way, that's a lot. That would be a never-ending. Or I won't say never-ending, but that would definitely be a massive volcano. And the volcano isn't that big. Let me see if I can get this pulled up for y'all. This is actually the volcano. No, that's just a mountain. But yeah, here's the volcano. yeah, so this volcano, I don't see that happening. Those type of volcanoes to where they do impact the weather, it's due from the ash they put in the air. And as of right now, there's nothing about volcanic ash going up in the air. Let me see. I know this is checking on flight radar, but they're actually pretty good with letting this stuff know. Let's see. Yeah, so still no volcanic ash from this. I haven't seen anything that suggests that. Definitely seen snow come down. So yeah. So people, this is the one thing I don't know. I'm going to say that I am going to assume, but when this volcano was taking place, they, or when the earthquakes were taking place, 5 weeks ago, they told people, to leave. Or not to leave, but they said if you do leave, you can't come back to that spot. And some did leave, and some stayed. But I don't know how many ended up to where they stayed. And but for the ones who left, I don't know if they ever allowed them to come back in. That's the one that I'm curious on. I'm just clicking around on these images, just seeing if anyone has a picture that's been uploaded. A statue of a dolphin. Let's go. Of a dolphin. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna have to edit that out of the clip. Man, penguin. I heard from watching a lady on TikTok that lives there that this hasn't erupted or been active in 2,000 years. I'm not sure about that. I feel like it's been active before them, but I think this is the fourth, destructive one, I think is the word. I'm gonna have to go look that back up. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. But yeah, I really do like this. It doesn't seem like the lag's behind. If you want to know how far the lag's behind, then let me give you a demonstration. Alright, so this is how far the lag's behind. And so what I'll do is I'll zoom in on this spot. Yeah, so it's maybe about 3 seconds. As long as you have this clicked on live feed. So it's currently 4:51 p.m. or a.m. On Eastern time, but yeah, I don't see any more buffering or any of that crazy stuff. So that's good. bumping anymore, or is it all sounding good? Not exactly the microphone, I mean, but from the headset of just the lava. So I'm going to let the lava play for a little while, see if I end up hearing a click. Let me know if y'all end up hearing it skip out. I'm just going to, leave it quiet, but I will talk to y'all in the chat though. But yeah, if you do end up hearing it click through the lava, then definitely let me know. I'll talk to you good for just through the chat though. let's say that I did a 5-hour episode and I said something that they didn't like, or I added in a clip of something that they didn't like. Even if someone sat here and said, hey, this shows my address, or this shows my house and I don't like it, or this shows my face, type deal. Like if I went out and I did an interview with someone and I'm there interviewing the person and their name is, Tom Smith, and they sit there and say, hey, I'm Tom, this is my house, and even if I blurt out their face, they may sit there and still dispute with YouTube and say, hey, I understand my face is blurred out, I just don't want to be shown at all. And so what YouTube does, and it's very respectful, it's understanding to me, if someone sits there and says, hey, I just don't want to be shown, I'm totally okay with that. Anyhow, though, just giving you an idea. So what they do is they write YouTube and they say, hey, can you have where, I'm removed, I don't want to be shown in this. YouTube then comes to me and says, hey, WDP, will you, if we're going to remove your video, but we will put it back up, as long as within 7 days or something like that, you got to edit this part, and here's what you need to do in this time frame. So they'll sit here and say, hey, it's in the time stamp of 15 minutes to 18 minutes. You need to edit that. Basically, all you do is you just sit there and generally just clip it out and then re-upload it. And that's it. So, but yeah. And where I get that example from is from the person on the person who goes around cutting people's yards. So, and it happened to him not too long ago. Within a month, it happened to him. But here's the thing. Over on TikTok, if something like that happened, they just remove it. You never get it back. You don't get a chance to edit that part out. You're just thrown off the cliff. And it's like, hey, don't ever do that again. It's like, what? I don't get a chance to correct myself. So that's why I hate TikTok. For instance, TikTok's real big. They don't want guns shown. They don't want weapons shown when they're in a unsafety thing. But here's the thing. Anybody could sit there and say, hey, I don't feel safe seeing these guns. And that's what happened to me. I was showing Israel's defense forces where they had all these guns on the ground. People sat there and said, oh, there's weapons, and because it was mass reported, I was taken down. And that's why y'all didn't see me for a week. Well, that's not going to happen here because they don't care if weapons are shown or not. But they will, if it was something on that level, all TikTok does is sits there and sends me a warning and says, hey, stop showing this. Okay, cool. You actually talk to humans over here. You don't talk to artificial intelligence. That's something I hate on TikTok. I showed a video yesterday. It was, where New York Post came out with it, and BBC Science and a few other places came out with it. It said that breathing can turn to is affecting global warming. That humans breathing. Okay, so I made a joke out of it, and because it showed not what I did as a joke, it was because I showed global warming that it made it where it was under review. They had to watch it, and it generally takes about 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes even longer than that, for them to watch it. But what takes place is, if your video, once it's put out, if the video doesn't get 10 likes within a couple of minutes, 100 likes within 5 minutes, if it doesn't get that, then it doesn't go viral. So when they sit here and they go to say, hey, yep, this is clean, we're gonna, let it run. Well, if they waited 30 minutes, well, it clearly didn't get that jump start. And so, therefore, it's not pumped out on people's For You pages. So, yeah, it just a good old-fashioned funny video. We can't handle global warming comments. You might as well say that you can't handle politics. Oh yeah, that's right, they can't handle it. I mean, it did finally come up on your For You page. But yeah, so it's not gonna push it out though. That video would have blown up. I know it would have blown up. Everyone would have got a giggle out of that. So, yeah, another thing that TikTok does is they say that they watch your other content. So, like, if there was someone, and I know y'all ain't, but if there was someone that sent TikTok videos of mine on YouTube, they could actually remove me. And that's happened to some big time creators on YouTube who try to come over to TikTok. They end up getting removed. You now get told that I'm live on TikTok. That's nice. So, I will try to continue to do TikTok, but I really do want to come over to YouTube. There's a lot of benefits to go to YouTube. Like, when I make longer videos, they're better. When I make longer videos on TikTok, they're not exactly, they're just, like, they're not pushed out on the For You page. So I get it. I only get 300 likes off of that one video that I did here, while on TikTok world I can get 1,000 likes in 30 minutes. But I'm sure if I do it enough, it'll eventually pick up here on YouTube. Get to rewatch this stuff. Like, people can rewatch a live. There's a lot of people who come into, for instance, with the flights. Oh man, it was killing me yesterday. Like, I'm tired of talking about flights. So I had a lot of people who would sit there and they would come in, the video, and I would say, hey, I got a problem. on globe.adsb exchange. It's not showing flights in the ocean like it used to. And what people would come over and they'd be like, well, my flight radar's working. And so I get it. You know, they just came in. They don't know that I've discussed it. So I'd have to sit here and explain that, hey, these flights aren't being tracked. You know, like you see the dots that are here. You can't. They're just not. Then they sit here and go, oh, okay, now I get that. But then you got some people who will sit there and Google the stuff, and Google comes back and says, hey, over the ocean, there's only one satellite that tracks it. And that's correct. So it needs 2 satellites in order to give it a proper ping, like you see right here. But the thing with that is that what's going on now is that this is just an estimate. While in the past of 48 hours ago or more, 72 hours, however you want to look at it. Yeah, I'll definitely talk about the volcano in Italy. I can talk about that in just a second. But so I sit there and I explain 72 hours ago or more, you used to be able to go over to Globe and you would see the flights out there. Now you don't. And also you would have where you could have a solid line out in the ocean, and now you don't. So I'd have to explain that, and sometimes I would explain that and I would have people come right back in the comments going, that are just new, just popping in and be like, hey, I know what's going on, da da da. And it's like, nope, you don't. And yeah, yesterday I had to explain it probably, I kid you not, it felt like 100 times. And it's why I just stopped talking about it. So, yeah, the volcanoes in Italy. I know that one went off. What was it? A little over a month ago. Let's see if this is the interactive map I'm looking for. Sorry about that, I got choked up. Yeah, there is a lot of people who do just like to argue with me. Yeah, so these volcanoes, let's see, that was last update. It is erupting in Italy. And then what's this one? So yeah, you got those. Etna, that's the one. And last updated, that was December 1st. So yeah, that's the one I'm thinking about. But now you got another one. I don't know if you're still in here, Blue. Are you still in here? It's like, where are you? Those outside somewhere go to repeat constantly. Oh yeah. But yeah, I feel you. Here's my thing is I wish that this map was a little bit more interactive. So I'm used to, here's your ring of fire type deal. But there's even some that's in all those are ring of fire type deal. Those it's earthquake data. But it's more so these. This is where I'm going, yeah, a little bit, curious about this stuff, just like you, Blue. So, and I just, I don't know if you know me, Blue, but on TikTok, you know that I'll do my investigation and find out, hey, is this actually normal or not? When's the last time that Etna went, or the one in Sicily went? When's the last time that this one went? So, yeah, you follow me on TikTok. Nice. I do know that there is, did show that I have about a few percent who actually did just find me off of TikTok. I mean, find me off of YouTube. And not through TikTok. So that's nice. I know it's only a few people, but I haven't really been putting out any content over here. So yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. When was the last one that let's see. Last eruption for this one. Okay, so that's December 19th, obviously. Let's see if there's also been several eruptions in unpopulated areas in recent years. Okay, there we go. In recent years, these have been going off. Let's see if we can find. Definitely do still have a lot. Let's see. The 3 eruptions, some considering one single eruption within months-long pauses, marks the beginning of a new geological area of the southwestern peninsula, which has been dormant for the past 800 years. Okay, so I'm going to read that off again because I'm actually curious on that. It says that on average, a volcanic erupts in Iceland about every 5 years. That's good. In 2021, however, the frequency has been closer to every 12 months. There we go. The area broadly known as that area. Now that's a good ways away. That's over 15 miles away from the capital. Flared to life after a series of recent earthquakes in the peninsula. The 3 eruptions, some considering one single eruption. Okay, so this is where they're getting at. So, someone here, I think it was Nicole, that she mentioned that was that she was hearing someone say, it's been, almost 1,000 or 2,000 years type deal. So yeah, that lines up due to the frequency. So see, that's an alarming thing to me. Let's see what Blue is saying here. I don't have my laptop with me with all my apps like you got to investigate much. Here there's a super volcano that's now rising inland. I'll check that one. Things like that. I am going to actually continue to save that article because that's something to bring to light to help people. Because I know you're not the only one who's thinking it. I'm not the only one who's thinking it. So let's check out Etna's volcano. As long as there's no lag going on, I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, to be within just a few seconds of a delay, this is pretty nice. Alright, so Etna's previous eruption ended in 2022. So that's good. Trying to see if there's anything given here. Goes back, further than 2022. I do really like that map. Yeah, this I really do like. BC, it actually kept an army from reaching Katina. It's interesting. The Greeks made legends about the volcano, saying that it was the workshop of someone in the Cyclops, or that the underneath giant typhoon lay, making the earth tremble when he turned. That's interesting. That's cool. I love listening to that. One of the ancient poets spoke to Etna's eruption, referred to a famous eruption at 475. So do see that. last decade, volcanoes are erupting more. Just hope Yellowstone is behaving. You ain't joking, man. Yeah, that's a fact. Between 1669 and the 1900s, there was 26 more eruptions. The eruptions flattened large stands of timber and nearly destroyed the town. During the 20th century, you got a slew that took off. That of 1928 cut off the railway around the base of the mountain and buried the village of Mascalali. The eruption in 1971 threatened several villages with this lava flow and destroyed some orchards and vineyards. The activity was almost continuous in the decade following 1971, and in 1983, an eruption lasted for 4 months, prompted authorities to explode dynamite in an attempt to divert lava flow. The final major eruption of the 20th century occurred in 1986 and in 1999. So, not uncommon for Etna to be going off. So that's a nice one. Now let's go and check this other one. So definitely no need to run for the hills. Is what I'm feeling out of this. Let's see. So this one, the island has been building for nearly 200,000 years. Historically, records of eruptions date back 2,400 years ago. Carbon dating suggests that the volcano has been continuously active for at least 1,400 years. Stromboli is one of the most active volcanoes on Earth, having exhibited nearly constant lava fountains for the past 2,000 years. So that's good, yeah. So here we go. Maybe this is the new thing on bingo cards to bring awareness, but with looking into this, I don't feel that there's anything of wow. Even though I know that I made a video of going wow. Let's see what this one is. You do have this volcano on the other side of Yemen. A shield volcano. I don't know what that means. In Ethiopia, along the Red Sea Rift, has been erupting continuously since 1967. It has been erupting 7 times in the past 125 years. The volcano is that height and has 1 or 2 active lava lakes in its summit. 1600s records of the volcano date back to the 1600s. In 1906, discovered, making it the longest known lava lake. That was in 1906. A detailed study of Erda Al in 1971 revealed active lava lakes in both pit craters, and then in 2008 a volcanic eruption occurred in the region. So see, these are things that sit here and, you know, help bring awareness of, hey, don't go and run for the hills. Everything is okay. This is just normal. This does not suggest, I know some people will sit there and be like, oh my god, this suggests that there's that this is global warming. No. Oh, that stink. Yeah, is anyone else buffering right now? On my end, I don't see any buffering. Is it still happening for you, Nicole? Yep, just started. Yeah, I don't have the buffering anymore, but I did for a second. Nope, just came back. Seems like the more I talk, the more that it keeps buffering. Check and see if there's anything of why it's buffering. But I'm glad to see that on Jonathan's end there's no buffering. I like that. Yeah, if Yellowstone erupts, it's going to be a bad day. Okay, so Tribes is saying that theirs is not buffering. Starting to see that the lag is a little bit further behind. About 5 seconds. so I am going to go run some stuff. I will be back eventually. I'm going to go see if there's anything to help with my buffering issues. And if it does, awesome. But yeah, I'll be working on this all day long. But yeah, I do appreciate y'all being in here. I don't know how long I've been. Yeah, I've been live for over an hour and just reached maybe 2 to 3 bufferings. That one was really bad because it would have kicked people out, but this one seems okay. Man, I dropped down to 4 like that. There was 10. Did anyone get kicked out? We'll see if anyone ends up getting kicked out or if people was just like, all right, I'm gonna leave. No, it wasn't your phone. Mine was doing it too. You're not alone. Appreciate you, brother. I'm just leaving it just for a little bit just to see if anyone ends up coming back in, saying like, hey, I was kicked. So I see that it went down to 3 and just came back up to 4. So if you were just joining in, by chance were you kicked earlier? They left again. I wonder if that's just someone, just going through live streams. You're all good. I'll tell you a funny story. My name is so simple that my wife actually spelled it wrong there was like a letter that she wrote or something like that. She took one letter and had it spelled different, and then she added in another letter to it. You getting that, girl? But yeah. So don't feel bad, buddy. It's like taking your name, Jonathan, and adding an O where the A is. Did grow back up to 5. Just curious if anyone who has just now came in to join, were you kicked out of here about 5 minutes ago? All I'm doing is running some tests. I think so. So that's good. Plus my microphone sounds a lot better. good on my end as well. And now it just buffered on my end. Anyone else have any buffering? I can actually see it when it does start buffering. I see it. It drops frames. I don't know what to do about that because I'm thinking that's the internet. So I am going to go watch some videos. Well, I'm not sure when I'll be back. And grew up to 11 people. Welcome new people. I guess I'll say this, for anyone who's coming in, real quick before I go. I was discussing how looking at the volcanoes that have been happening around in this region, I'll say it like this. So in the area of the Ring of Fire, you always got volcanoes going on. You got a ton. But I was looking at what one of the people brought up is, hey, how often are these actually going off? And I found out that the ones in Italy and the ones down here, they're regular for going off. So that's good. But the one in Iceland has gone to where it has become more frequent. So yeah, it's definitely the internet on my end. So I see now it's buffering again. So this is definitely something on my end. Okay. All right. So now I know exactly what is going on. This is something that's taking place because now for this life, 2% of the time, it's had to drop frames. So that means that for 60 minutes, that is roughly about 2 minutes of the 60 minutes has been buffering. Well, that's not that bad, but it does present a problem. Especially when it gets really bad, because it'll kick people out. And I think it did kick people out, because I see that it dropped down to 4. So we'll actually see if people come back in, just so I can let them know. See, that one's gonna stink if I have like 1,000 people. What's up, man? Like, That's gonna stink if I have 1,000 people and they get kicked out. They don't know to come right back in. What's up, Jerry? Good to see you, buddy. So yeah, just going through. I do have some internet issues. It's all on my end. So, and it's buffered here in the last hour and 20 minutes. So, it's been buffering for 2% of the time. So, that's not good. For almost 2 minutes. Or that's not good in my opinion because it kicks people out. Like, I don't mind if it buffers. I got a problem when it kicks people out. Let's go. Which one'd you get? You got the shirt? Yeah, I do like their shirts because it fits tight. You know, that guy, I haven't heard from him. I mean, he sends my stuff out. But I haven't heard from him anymore. So, I actually... So he got sick real bad, and I sent him a message. You got your hoodie? Let's go. I do like the hoodies. I like the hoodies. The hats that are not the clip-on, and then the beanies and the shirts. But I don't like the one that have images on them. Alright, give me just a second. I'll be right back. I'm just going to listen to the lava just to see how that sounds for a little bit. So I'm still here. Yeah. My son is upset because I didn't get his yet. That's awesome. But yeah, hold on just a second. Let it do maybe about 5 minutes. I just want to hear how the sound of the lava is, but I'll be talking to y'all in the chat though. it seems pretty good, but yeah. Do need to look into that frame rate though, because that was bad earlier, that it kicked people out. So, all right, well I'm gonna jump off here. I don't hear it clicking. Something I think is going on with the Bluetooth in my headsets. I noticed that earlier when I had my headset on that it was causing issues. Well, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are probably away from your phones. Probably have it running. Jerry, Moonlight, Jonathan, Tribes, Blue. Who else is in here? Nicole, Nessie. Appreciate y'all. Jamie. Off-road goodies. I appreciate y'all. Olivia, not sure if y'all are all in here, but yeah. I do appreciate y'all. But yep, I am going to end the live, everyone. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. I may be back in 20 minutes. I may be back in an hour, but will be eventually back to trying to run some stuff to see how it goes. Everyone, take care. God bless. Bye now. You're all good. Have a blessed one, Moonlight. Hit me up if you need anything.